The sun will shine again, bringing fresh hopes and dreams with each new day that begins.
We are only alive as we elevate the spirit of our inner self.
Pilahi Paki was born December 29, 1910, in Ka'anapali on the island of Maui.
She went to school there, which was a small little school. There it's called Hawaii School. Mrs. Jose got her into Manaolu Seminary here in Makawao. She finished her education there and continued. Then she was sent to Mid-Pacific Institute. I must thank my father for having opening that when he says, you will be living in the Ha'oli time. And the wise thing to do is to move with the time, because time is a thing that belongs to no one.
Pilahi Paki was a philosopher, especially of things Hawaiian.
I think Mama was everybody's idea of what intellectual Hawaiian would look like.
Pilahi was raised at a time when Hawaiian language and Hawaiian ways were discouraged.
My father said, there's only one thing I ask of you, my children, and that is, you are Hawaiian, and I would appreciate that you remain Hawaiian. Actually, it was my great-grandfather that mapped the conquest of this island, that would give Pai'ea Kamehameha declared as the Napoleon of the Pacific.
She married and moved to Honolulu. She worked as a telephone operator, a nurse, a tour guide.
Because of her travel business, working as a travel person, she wanted more information so she could share with the tourists. So she went to see this man. She got out of her car and she walked into the yard, and this old man from inside started chanting, "Hele mai," and she walked in the house and he looked at her and he said, "I've been waiting for you." She had no idea who this man was, okay? And so she went in and she spent some time with him, and then he told her, all that I am and all that I have, he said, do you want it? She looked him in the eye and she told him, no. She didn't know what this guy was talking about. And then he blessed her. He put his hand on her head, and she said it was like an electrical shock. Her whole body started vibrating. Not know how long it was. And then what that man did was gave her his knowledge, his mana, everything that he knew. He passed on to Pilahi with a touch of his hand, and that was it.
I learned to appreciate the meanings of words when I met Tutu Naruhine.
Something happened to Pilahi that day, and she knew it.
In time, people came to Pilahi to learn.
She asked me who I was and where are you from? But more profoundly, why are you here?
I didn't have prejudice. She taught and gave the same mana to non-Hawaii as she did to Hawaii. We were all the same. That's her legacy. That unconditional love.
A lot of people found her unapproachable. They were afraid of her. And there were a lot of moments that we would fall down laughing, but you never saw her do that in public. Her place in public was a different thing.
In 1970, the Governor's Conference on the year 2000 took place. Pilahi Paki was in the audience. A panel of experts was discussing the meaning of aloha.
They had a forum up at the East-West Center a few years back, it was like the 1970s. And the topic was, what is aloha? And they brought people from all over the place. And then this big, huge panel of all these educated people or whatever they were, trying to translate the word aloha. And a lot of people said aloha is love, aloha means hello, it means goodbye, and all this stuff, but nobody came up with something. She stood up in the middle of the audience and said, excuse me, this is what aloha is. And before she gave aloha to that audience, in respect to her kupuna and her teachers, she acknowledged them first, and then she gave the meaning of aloha. I know one thing, that when she did it, when she stood up in the audience and she gave the meaning of aloha for the first time in public,
I share it and share it with you with no attachments, because that is aloha.
in the 1970s, the Sons of Hawaii did a concert in Hana, Maui, out in a cow pasture. The Bank of Hawaii set it up. We had entertainers from every island, every populated island. La'ana'i, Big Island, Lanai, Kauai, Maui, Molokai, Oahu, and Niihau. My sister-in-law and my brother came from Niihau, and they represented Niihau, and we all went to Hana together. And that day, they had plenty of kupuna over there. Kawena was there, and the others, Namakelua, Pilahi, I think Pat Bacon and them were there. You know, there were, all of them were there. Giovanni Luahini was there, and Gabby, Sons of Hawaii, and us. She delivered aloha there. That was like maybe second or third time she ever did it in public. The audience all stood up, and she was up there, and the Sons of Hawaii were playing. I was in the audience. I was standing next to the actor, Eddie Albert, because he had a place in Hana. I don't know if he still does. But when Pilahi delivered aloha, he was standing next to me. You know, and I was watching, and I think every person out there, they must have had maybe about, I don't know, maybe about 8,000-10,000 people. They came from all over the islands. And when she started delivering aloha, I think everybody had tears in their eyes. But Eddie Albert was crying like a baby, you know, because of the emotions that he felt, you know, just from this meaning of aloha. I would like to translate again. The A, the first A in aloha is akahai, Hawaii meaning kindness, to be expressed with a feeling of tenderness. The O is lokahi, Hawaii meaning unity, to be expressed with a feeling of harmony. The O is oluolu, to be expressed with a feeling, Hawaii meaning oluolu, Hawaii meaning agreeable, to be expressed with a feeling of pleasantness. The H stands for ha'aha'a, Hawaii meaning humility, to be expressed with a feeling of modesty. And the last A is ahonui, Hawaii meaning patience, to be applied with perseverance. Alanakila.
She made us proud to be Hawaiians. She gave us this feeling to want to learn more about our culture, and learn more about our language, learn more about Hawaii. She gave us back Hawaii.
My God is that word aloha. Aloha is the word my kupunas, attributed to the God, to the universe. It's just another word to say aloha is the universe.
Aloha is a promise. The sun will shine again, bringing fresh hopes and dreams with each new day that begins.